Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's tutorial is how to achieve this pleat. So on this video you're going to be seeing knife pleat and box pleat together. So if you're someone that just takes your fabric and pleat it just like you see me doing here, and then take the waist measurement and then lose again and all of that drama, then stay tuned to the end of this video. So this is the actual formula to get the number of pleats and fabric required for your skirts. So now the first thing we're going to do is to know the number of pleats that we're going to be needing for our pleated skirts. So for us to do that, what we're going to be doing is our waist circumference divided by our width, right? The width of the pleats that we want. So if we're looking at maybe 2 inches width for or 3 inches width for our skirts, that's what we're going to be doing. So if our waist, for example, or if our width is 2 inches and our waist measurement is 8 inches, right? So what we're going to be doing now is 2 inches divided, or 8 inches divided by 2. That's what we're going to be doing, and that's going to be giving us 4 pleats. So the answer 4 is the number of pleats that we're going to be using to get our 8-inch waist circumference. So the next thing is to know the number of fabric that we'll be needing for our pleated skirts. So to get the number of fabric required, what we're going to be doing is the width of the pleat, right, multiplied by the 3 layers. And what I mean by 3 layers, if you look at your pleated skirt, right, it has 3 layers, which you'll be seeing towards the end of this video. And then we're now going to multiply that by the initial answer we got, right, which gave us our number of pleats. So we're going to multiply that by 4. So now that is 2 multiplied by 3, which the answer gave us 6, right? So the answer is 6, and that's 6 multiplied by 4, which gave us a total of 24. So that's the amount of fabric we're going to be needing for this video. That is 24 inches fabric. So if, for example, now we want to use the width of 3 inch, right? Sorry, I wrote waist 3 instead of width of 3 inch, right? And we want our waist to be 32 inch. So we'll divide that by 3. And that's going to give us 10.6. So if we approximate that, that's going to give us 11, right? 11 pleats is what we're going to be using. So that will just add a little fraction to our measurement. So the next thing we want to do is for the fabric, that means we're going to be doing 3 times 3, which is going to give us 9, right? Times 11. And all of that is going to give us the number of fabric required. So by the time we did the multiplication, that was 99. So you will now divide 99 by 36. And when you divide 99 by 36, the answer is the amount of fabric that you'll be needing for your pleated skirts. Now over to the main fabric. So here I'm just going to measure out up to 24 inch, right? And I have extra fabric on the other side. So for me to start measuring out my pleat, what I'm going to do next is I'll first take out my zipper allowance, which I used 1.5 inch in this video. And the next step is to mark that 2 inch width all throughout my fabric. So I'm just going to be marking 2 inches just like that to the end of my fabric where I get 24. So after marking that, I'm just going to pleat my skirts. So I'm going to be counting from the lines that I marked, right? 1, 2, 3. On the 3rd line, I'm going to pick it and put it just at the initial point of my zipper allowance. And then I'm just going to repeat that same process again. So I slowed the video down so you can see what I'm doing. So I counted 3, right? So I'm going to take the 3rd line to meet the first one, right? So that's going to present the upper, inner, and outer layer of my pleat. So that's what I'm just going to be doing all through, counting 1, 2, 3, pick the third and take it to the first line. So for knife pleats, the direction of the pleats are in one side, right? All the pleats are moving in one direction. So that's just what I'll be doing for this. Now this is our fourth pleat. So you can see that we have 4 pleats and then the measurement 8, which is our waist circumference. You can see that it's actually accurate. So the next I'm going to do on that other side is just to mark 1.5 zipper allowance to close up my skirt. So that is pretty much everything. And now with this, you don't have to start unraveling your skirts anymore because you have accurate pleats. So here I'm just going to show you how to still do the box pleats, which is also very easy as well. The box pleat is like a palindrome. It goes both ways. So how we're going to achieve that is the first line, right? We're going to divide that by 2, pick it up and then take it back to the zip allowance. And then the third line, right? We're also going to divide the space in between the second and the third line by 2 as well. So that means we're going to be having 1 inch, right, on both sides. So we're going to pick from that point that starts the second line back to the third line. I just hope you understand me, but just watch closely how I demonstrate the next one. So here you see I divided the first line, right, in 2 to meet the other pleats. And then I just went ahead to pin it. So after pinning, I'm taking the second line to meet the third line. Just like that. And I'm just going to continue this process throughout until I get the amount of required pleats for my skirt. So now you can see that we're done with the pleat and we have exactly 4 pleats with our zip allowance and our pleats are looking very well defined. So now I'm just bringing back my tape rule again so I can measure the waistline and then you can see that we have exactly 8-inch waist circumference for our skirts. And then our zipper allowance, which is both 1.5 inch on both sides. Now you can take a look at the pleated skirt. You see all the pleats are well defined and just needs to be ironed. Well, that's all for today's tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.